Ooh, 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 ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Zenless Zone Zero lovers, enjoyers, and hopefully not for a while like the other two children of Hoyo, not haters. Because this game is too new to be hated on, at least yet. Either way, everyone, welcome back once again. We are here with a surprising video for Zenless Zone Zero, which yours truly, the Zenless lover, is going to cover. The guy who has still not lost a 50-50, and I hope that doesn't change with Trigger of all people, but it's bound to happen one day, and whenever it happens, it's going to sting, it's going to hurt, I'm going to be angry, but hopefully it's not yet, and it hasn't happened yet, so it is what it is, even though I really wished it happened with Anby, but we have Anby, but whatever. But anyway, this is where this isn't about Ambi, this is about Trigger, at least from what I know. This isn't really about any character, this is just about the state of Zenless Zone Zero in general. This is where the last time we have a dev talk, and I think anytime we have these, it's very insightful, it's very good. It kind of tells us, number one, where they think the game is, what they think they need to improve. And I think a lot of good things come from this, and they usually don't have these, at least from the other games that I know of, aka Genshin and Star Rail. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I think the biggest thing with Zenless is if you look at it from the start and you look at where it is now, I think it's changed even more than a game like Star Rail. Star Rail still has its identity. Obviously, they've made a lot of improvements, despite all the rage going on now with the global passive. I do think they've made a lot of improvements to Star Rail. I think Zenless has made a lot of improvements, but a lot of just major changes to the game, quite literally in general. They removed the whole gimmick of TV mode, which was the main core of the game. And I think they kind of removed it a little too fast. I think they didn't really give it a chance and they kind of just abandoned it. I think it took away some of the characteristic of the game, some of what made the game unique. Whether that was good or bad, the community, I guess, already decided that. But I actually appreciated the different type of storytelling it was trying to tell in the way it was. But regardless, that's out, that's gone. I think what we got instead is probably more generally acceptable, but overall, I think it's just whatever. It's, we go through some of the stages, unless the stages get crazy, which so far they haven't been. They have gotten better over time, though, but, it's nothing unique. And unique doesn't always mean good, but it's not anything unique. But they've improved the game a lot. Now, I think the major issue that Hoyo might be having, and I don't know if it's an issue, really, I don't talk to them, I don't know what they think, but maybe it does bother them that Zenless is not a consistent, and I say that with asterisks, consistent performer. Obviously, when the Miyabi banner came out, that shit sold like hotcakes. But I don't think this game, and it's a tragedy too, because money isn't everything, although to them it is. This game does not outdo Genshin, and Genshin is extremely shitty compared to this game. This game has a way better artifact system, I would say even boss system for the weeklies. The artifact system again just beats it out of the fucking park like crazy. It respects your time more. You can literally do the dailies in 1 minute. It is crazy efficient. And just overall, it's a lot of what the fans want in terms of just respecting our time. And thank God they added a resident reserve system, which they refused to add in Genshin. God knows why. But either way, some of the major gripes I've had with the game though is I feel like the 5 stars have been too simple. The lore is kind of whatever. The lore is not really going anywhere too crazy right now. I mean, I know we just finished the major arc with Miyabi not too long ago, but I feel like that kind of ended a little quickly. They kind of rushed it out because people were complaining. Or maybe not. Who knows why they did it, but I feel like it was a little rushed. This is where, though, I think the lore is one of the biggest pain points of the game, which that's, I think, despite, like, what's going on and how it sounds, I think compared to what the other games are going through, it's not that bad of a problem to have, especially because Zenless is very much in its infancy. And this is where the most recent story with Hugo and Lacan, I actually really enjoyed it. There's a lot of nice setup coming out, but regardless, the main thing is these characters, I feel like, even though they have all this writing and all this shit, they're too simple. Now, some characters are fine to be simple. Look at Trigger, look at Astra. Those are fine. They're support type characters. I think your DPSs, and this is where it could be counterintuitive what I'm saying, because a lot of people are probably casual, and they don't really cater the game to hardcore players, at least for Genshin. Hopefully Zenless is different than that, because Star Rail is kind of like the middle ground. But, hopefully they would make main DPSs not too simple, even though, again, that would be counterintuitive for casual players. This is where it's hard, but I really did not like Anby. A lot of this is coming from frustration from my Anby rolling, because, spoiler alert, I got Anby. and I'm not too happy with her. She kind of fell flat, and I thought she was a very hyped up character. I kind of regret spending as much as I did for her, mainly on the Wenjin, but still, that Wenjin's fucking broken. But yeah, this is where I think just in general, like Miyabi is pretty simple. A lot of these characters are simple, and it doesn't really feel like there's a lot of skill expression with them. They're cool. They're gooner type characters. There's a lot of jiggle, a lot of nice poses. But I'm somewhat left wanting more. Now, if I don't get it, it's fine, I think, for a while. But eventually I'll be like, okay, this game is kind of letting me down, at least combat-wise, which is supposed to be the main drawing point. But I'm curious to see what else they think is the problem, and I've yapped for long enough. Excuse me. And I do have work soon. So let's get right into the video, and let's see what they're going to say, and hopefully what they improve. Typically, I love all of these dev talks, though, so let's see. This came out of nowhere, though. I was not expecting this. God, look at all the real life stuff. Oh, look at this shit. They themed it. People are assuming a 5-star Billy's coming.
I'm Y.
Hi, Y.
Welcome to today's Dev Talk.
And despite them not beating out Star Rail or Genshin consistently, I still think they make a good amount of money. Even though they're not always top 10, I've seen them in the 11th place, which again is fine. I think they don't have to be number one. I would love it if they were number one. But if they're not number one, I think Hoyo's going to keep pressing the pedal to the metal, and they're going to keep squeezing them to try and make it number one. Which I feel bad for the workers, but it's going to lead to a better game for us. So, pick your poison.
Nearly a year since the official release of...
Are they going to start talking about anniversary? It has not been nearly a year, because this released July 4th. Like, literally around the American Independence Day. And we're still like, what, April, May, June, July? We're like 3 months out from that. We're a whole quarter of a year out from that, I think. Almost.
To thank all proxies for their support. Our team will also like to use this opportunity to share with you some of
yes,
the
we're getting your 2.0. I'm so excited for 2.0. I'm going to be pausing a lot during this probably. I'm extremely, extremely excited for 2.0.
Version 2.0.
Just to see where this game goes after 2.0. They better knock my fucking socks off. I already think the game is in a decent spot. If it went like this forever, I think it might slowly lose like some relevance, but I think it's in a decent stride if it just wants to be generic and not be a big winner, but never going to be a big loser because it's Hoyo. I think like what they can do though, or if they're going to do something, like they have a lot to work with, and again the game is just so new. Like I'm very, very excited and very ready. What's the plan for the story? Ooh, so they're addressing the biggest question first, the story. I love these, by the way.
We will follow the protagonist to a unique area within New Eritol,
Oh?
Peninsula.
So this is where I'm very curious, right? This is where the second region in almost every Hoyo game is almost always China. Like it almost always is China. Genshin, it's Liyue. Star Rail, if you ignore the space station being the first one, because that was more like the intro, we have Belobog, the snow area, and then China, which is Lofu. So I'm assuming this is gonna be freaking Chinese, man. I don't know what the first one was. Like the first one was a mix of everything because we have Sons of Calydon, we have Belobog Industries. We had a lot of different stuff in like the whole 1 point whatever. So let's see what's new.
Which will be the main stage for the story of version 2.0. Wi-Fi Peninsula is a
this music though.
Strong quarter near the Leminian Hollow.
Oh.
The earlier settlers of this region were tasked to monitoring.
How does this relate to Hollow Zero? Because Hollow Zero is the biggest, like, baddest hollow we know.
Is derived from the Cantonese
oh, China, it is China. God damn it, every time.
Protection from the anomaly called the Hollows.
Oh. Later. So this is where they kind of teased one of the new characters, too, from the new Hollow Zero. I think Difficulty. I forgot what her name is, but she's very obviously a Chinese character. Like, she's very, very obviously, like, Chinese. Like, I forgot what her name was. Fuck. But she's like trying to find her master.
An outpost was established here, which then became the city area, Phalium Heights.
Phalium?
Phalium Heights.
Oh my, yeah, look, bro, literally China.
In the bay with its beautiful scenery.
This is beautiful? I don't know.
Rich in porcelain, a precious material that's highly resistant.
That's what Qingyi is made out of, I think.
Mining and processing porcelain has thus become the core industry of Wi-Fi Peninsula.
Ah, yes, mining.
Behind this massive industry and its profits, however, lies a tangled mess of factions.
The main thing I'm excited for, character-wise, is just the Void Hunters. Or is it Void Hunters? Fuck, I forgot what they were called. I think they're called Void Hunters. Because Miyabi's the youngest one, but we saw the big trailer, and that trailer is so jacked off, it's crazy. The one with Joyous, the one with Lady Sunbringer, the one with Swordmaster, who's basically Miyabi, just not Miyabi. Like, those Void Hunters, man, ooh, those are like the Archons, those are like the Emanators and Star Rail, the Archons from Genshin. Like, those are the big head honchos. And Miyabi's the only Void Hunter we have in the game so far that we could play, and she's OP as shit. Like, no one's touching her, I think, for the rest of 1.0. Except maybe Hugo, but we'll see about him. But this is where, man, I hope we get a Void Hunter from this shit.
Here, we'll gradually unravel the clues we planted throughout the story this fall. For example, Zara's true plans behind the sacrifice. And
So was Zara the
incidents,
fucking secretary, the
conspiracy
assistant?
behind the mysterious Exaltists.
I feel like
and
we
the
don't
truth
even know
behind
the
fall of
Exaltists,
Old
man.
Capital, as well as the secrets of the Faison siblings.
See, I don't want them, and I guess they're kind of doing the opposite of Genshin, right? What did Genshin do? They literally made the Traveler's story like the end fucking story. Like, what, over 5 years later, and we still don't know much about what's happening with the sister and him because we're just focusing on everything else. Zenless, I think, is trying to do different. Maybe because they're trying to be better than Genshin, or maybe they're trying to explore just a new avenue, see if it works. Maybe it's a test, who knows? But it looks like they're trying to push more into the Faith and siblings faster. Which I don't know if that's a good idea or not, because at that point, what do they go to after that? Also, I didn't even notice this, and I don't think you guys on the stream can even see this. But at the bottom of the screen, if I zoom out here, you can see it. There's story direction, game experience, content optimization, combat design, event design, early character planning, and developers notes. So we actually have like a little excuse me. We have a little chapters of like what we're gonna get to. Very cool.
Meanwhile, our protagonists will encounter agents from various factions and embark on brand new adventures.
As
For
always.
example, that way seeker with yellow cape we saw earlier
This? Wait, earlier? Who?
is
When?
none other than Yi Xuan, the current leader of Yunhui Summit.
She's hot as shit. She looks like Angel Anby. Quite literally Angel Anby. She's hot as fuck.
She will make
I
her
like her already.
debut as a
When did we see this lady? Was this in fucking Triggers thing? Did they just spoil me?
key character
I
in
feel like they
season
just
2.
spoiled me.
As the story unfolds,
Fuckers.
the protagonists will gradually uncover her mystery.
She's hot as shit, though. That's one of the things I love about Zenless, and people say this is an insult. I take it as a compliment. I love that this is a fucking Gunner game. I am ready.
Mysterious past and become a new disciple of Yunhui Summit.
Yay! You call me
Will become
Yunhui!
our steadfast support
Ooh!
and guide us in her craft as our mentor,
Yay!
helping us explore the hollows directly.
Also, now, yo, you know one thing I don't like about the story? They're moving away from the Bangbu, especially Eos. I think the Bangbu are one of the cutest things of this game. They're nice mascots. Combat-wise, I think they need to be buffed because if you use them in your chain attack, you're literally losing DPS, which is terrible. But aside from that, I love them. I love them in the story. I love seeing them. I think they're cute as shit. I think they're so funny. They're amazing. Just not in gameplay-wise, but that could be easily fixed if they wanted to. But story-wise, I feel like they're moving away from it because they're not really using Eos anymore. You know, spoiler alert for the story, but you should be caught up by now. Which even you can see I'm not because I haven't done Trigger's character quest yet. Because I've done everything else, and if she's not in Trigger's character quest, I don't know where else she is. Besides Bernice's, because I haven't done that either. But this is where yeah, the Bangbu, I just feel like they're forgetting about them, which is sad. Maybe it's because they can't monetize them.
Beside Yi Xuan, who oversees Yunhui Summit,
Yi
the defense
Xuan.
forces Obo Squad. that we're all
Obol?
familiar
What?
with,
We're getting
as
more
well as the
Obols?
previously revealed idol faction, Angels of Delusion.
Oh my god, it's the fucking idols. Bruh, her feet are out! So we got like a little angel on the right showing her fucking ass to us. We got the angel idol, I guess, on the left showing her feet. And then we have just like a robot
Will
girl,
all
which
be
is
making their
crazy.
appearance in season 2.
Any technophiles, here you go.
Season 2 teaser trailer to be released on April 13th.
Let's
More
go!
information
She's
about
so
the various
hot.
factions will also be revealed.
That's in 4
then.
days, damn. Ooh, here we go. What's special? Alright,
For
alright.
the
So this is
content
the game
direction of
experience.
season 2
Let's see.
will not just be simply adding more characters and areas.
Then they can't get away with that either. For 2.0, for the major version release, they gotta do something. This is where I wonder, is it going to be as gimmicky as Genshin's, Fontaine thing where you could swim in the water? Which I personally enjoyed, but I'm a casual in that game. I'm not really serious, I'm casual. So I really, really like that. And the music that came from Fontaine, I want to throat it as much as I throw Penacony from Star Rail, but let's see.
We've been taking feedback from our practice
What are they going to
very
do?
seriously
Anything
and
crazy?
incorporated this feedback into our design
Anything
philosophy,
crazy?
making an adjustment from the ground up.
Okay.
I'll be sharing some of the results with you all during the program.
Does that
The
mean
most
this?
noticeable change is in the map design.
I think this needed
We've
definite
completely
improvement.
revamped the entire map
Make it more
experience.
open world. If they make this shit open world, that's gonna be so hot. But the game was sadly never built to be open world. And it's sad because in Asia, right, in China, they probably are primarily mobile players, but I think this game is held back by mobile. If this game was like Warframe, where it's like open world, kind of like Warframe with the planes, which a lot of people probably won't get that if you don't play Warframe, but it's a very open world thing, which I think was really, really cool. That would be amazing for this game.
And
Kind of like
integrate
Destiny.
the residential areas with combat zones at the system level,
Really?
providing a more fluid and engaging gameplay experience for
Wait, let me rewind that. Let me hear this again.
Residential areas, they revamp the entire
me
map
see.
experience and integrate the residential areas with
Uh-huh.
combat zones at the system level, providing a
Interesting.
more fluid and engaging gameplay experience.
Residential areas with
First,
combat.
let's
Nothing
talk
crazy,
about the
but
design of the main city area, Beilong Heights.
Phelan
We
Heights,
made the
okay.
area much larger to ensure comprehensive city functionality.
You know what I'm scared about with this? They made Luminous Square a little big. It's not big if you look at it. Like, if you look at the actual map, it's not that big. It looks big. It's bigger than a lot of other areas, but it's not too big. And that shit had major performance issues. Like, Jesus Lord. My computer's not the best anymore, but it beat the shit out of my computer when I went there until they really optimized it way later on. But I was like, holy shit.
While allowing for potential expansion in future
Potential?
versions,
No potential.
while
They're gonna
also
expand
reducing
it.
loading times caused by scene transitions. The new
Okay.
daily system will also
What?
be designed to
New
match the
dailies?
local culture and the customs of the Wi-Fi Peninsula area.
Wait a minute,
As a
what?
business-savvy video store owner, helping Yunhui Summit manage various aspects of 随便 Temple.
They bet if they make the dailies harder, I'm gonna be pissed. If they make them easier, that'll be insane.
Will also be a part of our new life.
This does not
This
look
new
too appealing to
gameplay
me. I don't like the color palette of it.
Features management simulation elements
What?
and the new features such as bamboo dispatch.
Yes, we still have the
integrating
bamboo!
residential areas with exploration areas and creating a smoother experience.
Okay.
As for the visuals, with the help
So far, I'm not
and
impressed by the
careful
visuals.
maintenance of the properties, 随便 Temple will gradually be restored to its former.
Oh, so we
quality.
have to make it look
Plus,
better.
various
Oh.
elements such as holes, scratch cards.
Hey, are
will
those
take
coming?
on new forms that match
Okay,
the
so
vibes
they're the
of
same
随便
shit, they're
temple.
just different name.
The
Okay.
frequently mentioned loading issues has also been resolved in Beilong Heights.
Allegedly.
Previously, due to the
I never had
limitation in
these.
the underlying design, the video store that properties see from outside along the street does not match the actual size of the video store from within.
Really? I
So,
don't think I
we
really
need a
cared
loading
about that.
screen to bridge the interior and the exterior of the store.
I did not mind
In
that
Beilong
personally.
Heights, however, returning home is no longer a process that requires waiting.
Really?
Additionally, we've optimized the pathway in Beilong Heights. The function
You know what
area-
I think is one of the major issues, and I just remember this now? It's the UI. I think they really need to improve the UI in the game, because if they keep adding more areas with the current UI system, when you go to the map and you try and get to, let's just say, Scott Outpost or something, and you're on the exact opposite side on the wheel, you gotta scroll so far. Like, holy shit, it's a while. I really hope they redo the UI of like the map system and just in general. I think it could be a lot better.
will be more concentrated, and the path to access each area will become more efficient and streamlined.
We're all just gonna
ensuring
teleport to
that
it
overall
anyway.
experience will become smoother and more fluid. Next,
Unless they
let's
don't
take a
let
look
us.
at the ancient rooms of the aerospace city, located within the Leminian Hollow.
Okay, now we're talking about the
Although
Hollow,
The aerospace city has long been devoured by the Hollow.
like the Ballet
The
Twins
eastern stable
Tower.
area at its edge is still being used to mine and produce porcelain. In
Okay.
version 2.0, we will begin our exploration of the Lemnian
Have
Hollow.
we been into
on the
Lemnian
edge of
Hollow
the
before
aerospace
this?
city.
I don't remember.
With
I think
the
we
past
have.
few versions as precious learning experience, its overall design will be more refined.
Okay.
With larger explorable areas,
Nothing crazy
more
yet.
robust systems, and a more streamlined
They're just
guiding.
kind of saying words,
One
but not
distinct
really saying the
improvement is that
meanings.
after
Oh,
completing their training at 随便 Temple, the proxy siblings no longer needed to return to the video store to access the hollows through the HDD
really?
system.
Wait a
To
minute.
return to the
Wait a minute.
training
So head to random play to interact with HDD. So are they just getting rid of HDD?
at 随便
What?
Temple, the proxy siblings no longer needed to return to the video
Huh.
store to access
I'm
the
excited,
hollows
man, but
through the
nothing
HDD
crazy
system.
so far.
Instead, they can now travel more conveniently between Billion Heights and the aerospace city.
When are they gonna
The
make this
craft
make sense
they will learn
lore-wise?
will also be of great help in their future hollow explorations.
Okay. Auto explore? Yeah, what other improvements? This is probably gonna be my favorite, man. The
While
game,
we
the content
added new areas,
optimizations. Let's
the travel
see.
system wasn't just simply expanded upon. Instead,
This is the song, by the way, in Port Elpis. I play this song in the background so much on my stream. It's crazy. I love this song. It's so chill.
too, we've redesigned the
Like when I hear
travel
this, I'm like, oh, did I pause my
changing from
music?
original sliding area selection system.
Oh, yes,
larger
yes.
platform
This is literally what I said. This is literally what I said.
We're also improving the UI experience.
Yes,
We also
yes.
added a map to the interface.
No
along with the
way.
navigation features.
Yes.
Can now select their destination more quickly.
Yes, I want
and
to jack off.
with
Yes.
Understanding of new areas, geographical.
Let's
layout.
go.
Regarding plot structure, we've also noticed that since special episodes and basin stories are relatively independent story units,
God, look at that.
the
Look at
current
that.
narrative structure results in weaker connections between plot points, resulting in a disjointed viewing experience.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Sadly, they're not really showing off anything new here, right? This is like in the old version, maybe, but
Regarding plot structure, we've also noticed that since special episodes and basin stories are relatively independent story units,
they are independent. I don't think that's a bad thing though. I think having like intermission story parts, but not be like, nothing, because I think they did care about the special episodes. It's just kind of side stories. It's like, okay, what else is happening? I actually really like them. I really hope they don't get rid of them.
the current narrative
Not
structure
everything needs
results
to be in the
weaker
one
connections
story.
between plot points, resulting in a disjointed.
I can see how this could mess with people though, but I don't think it messed
we
with
will
me.
merge special episodes and basin stories together.
I hope they don't
putting more
force
focus
it.
on developing the connection between the various agents
Now-
and the main storyline.
Maybe this means they're gonna fix what I thought about the ending of the Miyabi quest, where everyone kind of came in and it really felt forced. Like everyone had to have their hand in like helping. Like, oh yeah, Lycon's here, Bellabog's here, Zhu Yuan's here, and they all did, I guess, a little bit of something, but they really didn't have too much of a thing. It's like, damn, everyone's showing up, but like, why? And they didn't really do much. Some of them did more than others, but it's like, man, I really feel like some of them just came there just to say, hey, we were here, we tried to help. So maybe if they can fix that, then good. I don't think that's a problem with the special episodes.
We're also deepening the proxies environment.
This music is so
We will
fucking
also
good, man.
steadily update the main storyline with each version, while
Okay.
ensuring that we do not compromise on its narrative quality.
The narrative,
In
I think,
addition
needs a little
to
bit of
ongoing gameplay improvement. Our
improvements.
team has also been constantly exploring the idea of bringing Zenless Zero to users on more platforms.
Ooh,
What I
console?
can reveal right now is that Zenless Zero is being prepared for launch on the
Oh
Xbox platform.
my
We'll
god.
share more
This changes nothing for me, but I think this is gonna shoot the fucking revenue up for this game, which hopefully means reinvestment into the game, which means a better game. Hopefully. Damn though, good for Xbox.
info with everyone
Nice.
during the upcoming
Thank God I'm
Xbox
not a console gamer though. I would be joining late. Okay, so combat system. So nothing much there.
The
Okay.
current combat design significantly diminishes the presence of the characters other than the main DPS.
I feel like that's just kind of the way it works though. A main DPS that's the name of the fucking role, the main DPS. This is where we've even seen this, right? Astra, you click your skill, she's literally not basically in your team anymore. You could switch to her, but you really shouldn't. Even Trigger, look at Trigger, the current on-banner character, the stunner who's a pseudo support. She's there, you click like her basic, you shoot 4 times, you switch off, and then she's basically out of your hair. Like she's there, she's a little bit more interactive than Astra, but and I think from what I've heard down the grapevine, Vivian, the next character, is going to be kind of the same thing, almost like another Bernice, where it's a very off-field sort of character. So they're kind of playing into the main DPS role here with these characters, but maybe they're shifting that in 2.0 and beyond, but let's see.
What should be a 3-person tactical squad feels more like a solo operation.
I like that.
So for the character combat design in Season 2, we will enhance the functionality and performance of non-DPS characters.
That sounds good, but I just worry, am I gonna need to actually roll for more characters now, man? Fuck.
For example, when agents are switched out,
look, Trigger, literally.
Oh,
so they're just doing more of this shit. Okay.
Oh
yeah, okay, never mind, I like that. Yes!
The player's control
Yes! Yes! So they basically mean for the older characters then, because look at Caesar. You put Caesar's shield on, you don't use her ever again. Astra, I guess, is like the first step they took. Trigger's like the next step they took, which is better. Because it is more interactive, but it still is off-field. But look at Caesar. You use the shield and then that's it. Unless you want to stun someone, which I guess she could do. But the old characters before that, Nicole you just brought out for like a quick second, and then that's it. I mean, you would have to constantly keep switching back into her, so maybe that's not the right one. But it's really weird, because a lot of the new DPS agents, they want on field time because they need to apply their marks, like Anby, right? But let's just compare her to Stunner Anby. You want to use Stunner Anby to stun them, then you switch to the on-field target, like let's just say Zhu Yuan. Zhu Yuan and like Stunner Anby, 4-star Anby, were kind of like the opposite of what we currently have, where Zhu Yuan didn't really want to come out unless she was trying to get stacks until the enemy was stunned to unload her damage. This is where current Anby wants to be on field to get her damage on the target, well, she doesn't want anyone else really hogging the time. So it's kind of interesting how there's been a shift, but I guess they're trying to shift more to what we have now.
Another possibility is adding new attack and defense mechanics for enemies.
This is where I think they really need to just buff other classes. I don't know how defenders are really going to do anything. I feel like anomaly units are just over fucking used at this point. Like, Vivian's another anomaly unit. What the fuck? The 3 biggest roles, right, that are being pushed is main DPS and anomaly. Those are the biggest 2 for sure. And then after that, maybe Stunner, because support we only have Astra, we only have 1. Stunners we have Ching Yi, we have Lighter. I think that's it. DPSs we have Ellen, we have oh my god, what the fuck was the goon lady? Evelyn, Evelyn, a lot of E's. And then Zhu Yuan, we have 3. Yeah, so main DPS and anomalies definitely have the most, because anomalies, Jesus Lord, Miyabi, Bernice, Jane. And now we're getting Vivian. That's 4. What the fuck? Yeah, and I think anomaly has the most in the game, honestly, for 5 stars, for S ranks. I don't know what they're going to do with the other classes.
Specific counter strategies that require teamwork from different characters.
See, are they making the game not casual? I hope so. One of their games can't be casual, man. Let it be for like the hardcores.
Ideas, while others might make an appearance in the version 2.0 special program.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
The ultimate goal of these optimizations is to enhance overall synergy between characters, elevating both combat and visual experience.
I think Trigger has such an amazing visual like attack system, man. Ooh, events. Ooh, look, it's so nice, man.
Future development plans, we are aiming to optimize events in 3 aspects.
Okay.
First, we'll continue improving on existing
look at the fucking TVs in the background.
Yes!
Yes! I think this is one of the funnest events because we got to play as the Bang Boos, man. The only other time you could play as the Bang Boo is in Hollow Zero in the intermission between stages when you played, very quickly as the Bang Boo. I think we need more of the mini games with Bang Boos because the arcade already has mini games and those are good and they've added more. They're all simple but fun. I hope they add some Bang Boo ones too, where we can actually move around. These were good. Yeah, the tower defense was good too.
At the same time, we'll be rolling out more exciting new gameplay. In future
Listen, they're just copying other games and whatever is new. Like they copied Vampire Survivors with the arcade one, and then they copied Tower Defense. They're copying like all the shit. They copied Fall Guys, which again, I'm fine with this. I think this is fine. But I just want more of it.
versions, we might see casual
It's easy,
duels
but it's
between
fine.
bamboos, or even get to control a giant bamboo in combat.
Oh
Besides
boy.
events featuring our adorable bamboo,
I love the Bamboo. They
we'll
are
also
adorable.
introduce some slow-paced, relaxing events to enrich
Oh, more hangout
everyday
quests?
life
More
instead
hangout
of
goon
immensely.
quests? I can date
Such
my
as spending
waifu?
joyful moments with agents at hot pot restaurant,
What?
movie theaters, and more. We also hope
The more
that
hangout
beyond the
events.
intense and the thrilling combat events, players can also take up research to enjoy the lighter story
Those
events.
weren't the hangout events? Oh, wait, what
Every
is this
character
one?
is the
Early
result of our
character?
team's blood, sweat, and dedication. Our team has put in quite a bit.
That's what I really like actually about Zenless. They show the characters early. This is where even for I forgot what event it was. It was the event where you were like at the police station like approving people. Kind of like Papers, Please, I think it was called. I never played the game, but in there we saw Sons of Caledon for the first time before they were ever released. We actually saw them there. It was very cool, and they've done that, I think, not just that time, but they did it multiple times too. But I like that we can play them in the campaign before they're out, just to like see a bit of them. This is what they did for Trigger too. For all of the Ambi stuff that came out, I feel like it was a little bit for Ambi, but more for Trigger, because we got to see her in fucking everything. I was like, oh wow, here's her whole kit. Let me fucking read it. I was like, fuck yeah, good. Gets me hyped.
Of
I hope they
effort
keep doing
to
it.
ensure characters
This is
are
where,
ready.
again, I literally mentioned it before. They did this with Hollow Zero. They showed the new Chinese character from the new region, and not the one with the angel wings. Not that
relatively
one.
future-proof and have long-term value.
No way.
Showcasing
No
the
way they said
character's charm
future-proof.
isn't just about mindlessly beating up their
Yeah, so
stats.
this is another thing that, like, I questioned. I love that they're giving all these old characters these new gameplay mechanics, but it's only in Hollow Zero. And it's like, I mean, that's cool and all, but man, if only they could go out of Hollow Zero, right?
While maintaining each character's unique traits, we will
Like, look at this shit
enhance
that
their
Ash
unique
is
traits,
doing,
rather
bro.
than just simply boosting their damage output. For example, we'll supplement or even rework
No
certain
way.
skills and their effects,
No way.
tailoring them to each
This is a lot faster than how Star Rail took so long to do it, man.
character's experience. Besides that, we'll also consider each character's role very seriously,
Wow.
while strengthening the characters.
The roles I think they really have to like get better at, because I think Stunner, Support, and Shielder are all just basically supports, just in a different way. Stunners, I think it's hard to bounce around them because they need to do extra damage and do something else. It all just results in more damage. Like if you boil it down, and it sounds like I'm simplifying it because I am, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Look at a stunner like Lighter. What does he do? He does something unique, right? So does Chingy, and I think how long can they do this? I don't know. But what does Lighter do? He extends stun time. I think that's a good stunner trait, right? But what else does he do? He increases damage because he reduces fire and ice res. So he's increasing damage, but also doing very specific to stunning, right? Not just increasing damage. Look at Trigger. Trigger's like the cheat code. What does Trigger do? She gives you extra stun damage that you don't even need to stun to get. And when you stun them, you still get it. So she's like a mini Ching Yi. She quite literally is a mini, and I think better Ching Yi. I think she's Power Creep Ching Yi. Ching Yi is more, I guess, maybe AoE and does stun faster. And I think overall gives more damage, maybe for bosses. But it's hard to say because you only get that when they're stunned, and they're not stunned for long. This is where Trigger applies the damage buff, and that buff is on while they're just in combat. And as long as you keep reapplying Trigger's, attacks, which is extremely, extremely easy to do. So it's like you're constantly getting all this extra damage, literally 35% extra damage buff to any fucking team that uses like a DPS pretty much at all times. And then when you stun them, you're getting even more than a regular stun. So it's hard to say if she's better than Ching, or if Chingy's better than her at just single target boss damage, because I don't think she is anymore. I don't know, because Chingy would stun fast.
We will also take into consideration their compatibility with other characters in future versions.
Thank God. Thank God. Old characters can work with new ones. Thank God. Yes.
In terms of
I don't know if they'll be best in
hope that
slot
our
though, but
characters, even those have already been released, can showcase their own unique
Yeah, I
charm.
hope they don't forget
In
about the
version
older characters,
1.7,
man.
For example, we'll get to see quite a few scenes between Lycan
Yes!
and Hugo.
They're spoiling,
These
but yes!
interactions are crucial for the character's emotional investment in the long run.
Wait, did
We
we
hope
just get
that
through
every
1.7? I actually
character
don't
can find a
know.
purpose that belongs
I think we're in
solely to them
1.6 right
in
now.
different corners of New Everton.
Again, spoiler alert, but Lycan killed him.
We'll continue
So did
to
he
work
spoil
hard
some
to
more,
create
even though we knew he
meaningful
wasn't dead?
relationships between characters and players, or even take their bond to the next level.
What else can you tell us? Yeah, please let us know. Ooh, the Port
As a
Elpis!
new team, we've admittedly
This
fell short
fucking
in
music
the
is so
earlier
good.
stage in terms of both narrative and the gameplay elements.
Damn, they're admitting
We've
it.
been
Oof.
working hard to make
Even though I already did.
improvements, continuously incorporating feedback from proxies and
See-
optimizing our content.
And this is the scary part, I think. How much feedback are you gonna take where you let them dictate the whole game? Because number one, the fans don't really know too much, right? Obviously, they could come together on, I think, certain things and say, yeah, this is right, this is wrong. But how much will you listen to the fans? Because I think at a certain point, the fans will have differing opinions. And I don't think fully the fans know what the fuck they even want. And if you give them like everything they ask for, the game might become too disjointed. But we gotta see.
Thank you,
Overall, it's
proxies,
good that they're
for
listening.
your continued patience, feedback, and support. In future content updates, we will prioritize ensuring content quality and
I think it already
hopefully
was
continue
quality.
to welcome feedback and guidance from our proxies with the utmost respect.
For the amount of
We
money
hope
they
Season
make,
2 will-
even if Zenless is the least of the big three, it's still the big three of the Hoyo games. But you know, even though again they're sometimes not even top 10, I think they make stupid money.
Green proxies are more complete and smoother experience. If you encounter any issues with gameplay experience, we hope you will share more feedback through the official community channels.
They're
Your feedback
listening.
and suggestions are crucial for
Hopefully
our
it's not just
future
China.
content development. See you next time.
Ooh, thank you, Y. Oh, I love the ending to Zenless. Zenless does have a lot of quality. I kind of mentioned this in the beginning too. I wonder how long it will take for Zenless to start getting hated on and start being like not up to modern standards. Because I think other games are catching up quickly to Hoyoverse, but let's take a look ultimately. Dude, this guy's face in the bottom of this is killing me. But let's take a look at what we got here, right? So we talked about the new area. We saw one of the new factions, the Idols, which again, because they're coming at the beginning, I don't think they're going to be too crazy. Also, does this lady have a scar on her back? Holy shit. I mean, hey, I like my Idols, but also that computer looks so fucking old. Look at their fucking roof. This shit looks so silly. I like it though. But yo, this angel lady though, holy fucking moly, she looks crazy. She looks like a fucking dom. She look at this. This looks amazing. Angel Anby, Dark Angel Anby. This almost looks like something out of Wuthering Waves. Like holy shit.
We saw earlier is none other than
When did
Yishuan.
we see this lady? I don't remember her. Where? Anyway, so Oval Squad's coming. We know that. We know the new faction. Also, do they have a Bangbu under the thing? Hold on. Did I see that right? Okay, that's just a doll Bangbu. Never mind. I love how the Bangbus aren't going away, though. So, they said they're going to improve the maps. They're going to improve the daily system, / I think just change it. They're going to improve the UI, thank God. What else? They're going to see the new Hollow. So, kind of a little bit of a change of how we do normal things, which who knows if it'll be better. Hopefully it will be, but what else really got said here? Again, the UI, they want to improve the story, as always. They want to make things not as disjointed, which, again, I thought the special programs being separate from the main story, for the most part, and slightly including the proxies, I thought that was actually good. I liked hearing different stories, not everything about the proxies. I think good stories have to have multiple different areas, not just the same characters, but different characters. We don't need to have everything be around Bellwise. The main stuff, yeah, but not everything. Anyway, what else? They're coming to Xbox, which was huge. The combat system, they want more characters like Trigger, which I personally like. So they want characters to be relevant during combat, even when they're not out, which is good. But I don't see how, that has to be for non-main DPSs, because main DPSs have to be on field. So maybe that's where we're going, where we want one main character on field, a supporting character, and then God knows what the fuck the third one's going to do. Or maybe both are going to do something. Who knows? But that's what they said about that. And then character design, they said they're gonna improve on the events, and oh no, sorry, what's on the events? And more hangout stuff, more goon shit. Okay. And then early characters. So they said, I don't know if this straight up confirms it, but they might be reworking old characters, which would be nice. They want to make future characters work with old characters better, which is good. And they want to make characters, quote unquote, I think they said this, future proof, which is very good if they actually do it. I think it's a bad business move. It's a great move for us, but I don't know how good it is, because I actually love power creep, believe it or not. I'm probably like the evil devil of like the gotcha like people, but I'm not Tectone though. But you know, that's a joke. I actually love Tectone. But this is where it's very interesting, because I love power creep, but this would be really good, I think, overall. I still think they should just introduce stronger characters, but man, I just want the Void Hunters to be fucking broken as shit, man. Because it feels so good, but if you don't get them, it feels so ass, and then people spend money. And if I didn't get Miyabi, I'd be pissed. But I also saved and I sacrificed. That's why I didn't get Bernice, man. Still haunts me to this day. Overall, not a crazy dev talk. A decent one. Like, I overall like this. I like this a lot. I think obviously we have a lot to look forward to. Not anything crazy. Nothing on the radar that goes like, oh my god, I'm glazing this game. Glaze, 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 suck, 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 holy shit. Not like the time of this video. I can't believe we're at 41 minutes, but again, nothing crazy, but all decent stuff. Again, more than I thought. They didn't keep the game stagnant, and obviously we have to see more for the future because they're only introducing stuff to us. Hopefully it's better than I think. If it's exactly within my expectations, then I think it's fine, as long as it doesn't go below them, right? If it's what I'm expecting, and I'm not expecting a lot, this is okay. This is decent. If it exceeds these, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just don't go below them, because I'm not expecting much from this. I think this is very tame. Again, nothing shocked me, nothing wowed me, nothing got me super hype. But that's a good or bad thing, I don't know. Maybe it's realistic, which maybe we have to look out for. Maybe it's sustainable. Who knows? I'm a little sad they didn't blow my cock off, though. But overall, I'm pretty excited, but ultimately, we'll have to wait and see more. But initial reactions, it's pretty good. Not crazy, not very cool, pretty okay. But either way, that's going to be it for me. I hope everyone enjoyed. Please tell me your opinions, and if you want more, watch me at Twitch TV/Tecnics channel. I got work in a couple hours, so I'm out of here. Eee!